Salam. Yeah.
Salam.
So you're gonna be going there and dancing?
A little bit of dancing.
Yeah, you would like to dance?
I'm okay with dancing. If the music is okay, I do kind of like
It's
to
gonna
dance.
be dhol music.
I rarely say I like to dance, but I do like to dance actually. As long as it's not insane music. To dhol and stuff, if it's a fun vibe, people are good. I'm very happy with the... Actually, he's super happy. Wife seems great. So, like, vibes are good. It should be fun. Me and my other cousin are basically like the two closest kind of brothers to him. So, we'll be all chilling.
So is New York as smoky as this? Because I've heard
No.
New York is very polluted.
Nay.
Nay?
Air pollution is like basically nothing there. On average, it's like 25.
25 AQI? Wow.
It's because it's right on the water and there's like lots of sea breeze and all this
But
stuff.
that's there in Bombay also.
But it's better than Bombay. The only thing that happened is like, so now with global warming, you started having forest fires in Canada, like just north of New York, like 7-8 hour drive north. So earlier this year, there was like some huge forest fires, and then 2-3 days there was like horrible air quality. Like the whole city was smoky. I was walking around in a mask, like my eyes were burning. That was proper like smoke. But that was just so maybe that'll be a new thing that happens.
But you never experienced
nothing like this ever.
Ever in
Never.
New York?
Never. This fire earlier this year was the first time ever basically there's been bad air, almost. There's no pollution situation like this. On the West Coast, you've had it. LA and San Francisco have dealt with pollution issues. So San Francisco has like that Mumbai type of like weather patterns. Because also I think what happens is like because of the bay, air gets trapped in there. In New York, you don't have this bay effect because it's all pretty open, so the air just gets washed away, blown away, whatever. It's gonna be cold when I go back to New York. Yeah.
It's the same, right?
Winter.
Pattern is same. December is cold.
Yeah.
Christmas time.
But it's like real winter out there. This is still like,
But Delhi is also quite, can get quite hard.
Uh,
January,
Yeah.
it's really cold.
Yeah.
It's not, doesn't go 0 or minus, but there's no
Can I
smoke.
have some?
Sure. So just hide this. We don't want to like do advertising for this. Stuff. So I mean, like, did you always like wanted to like open up a record label? Always.
for a long time, yeah.
But you knew, na? I mean, there's no like, you can't make.
It's not about making money. That's a tough thing. Generally the label generally breaks even, almost. Like I've tried not to sort of like be like dumping too much money in to make it too unsustainable. So like we played shows and like through some events, which was that initial pot of money I used for the first release. That sold out, so that money came back. Second release, that sold out. So now we put that into your release.
But then,
basically,
if you don't play any live gig, then how will you recover? I mean, like the amount of money that.
Well, so far, like what happens is like if you sell out the records, then you recover that money.
Yeah.
And then some digital sales happen, which is a bit of the extra money.
Okay.
So then right now we've pressed your record. So sort of like the money is a bit out. So we need to sell more to kind of recuperate that.
So what do you think are the chances of Evolution getting like sold out?
I think it will happen.
Eventually?
Like
But,
in the next couple of years at least.
Then don't you think 2 years is a long time to like put? But then the money is like there, na? For 2 years it's like
So
gone
maybe
somewhere.
we'll have to put a little bit more for the next, we'll put out another release soon. But it'll be fine, I think. But yeah, honestly, like labels, even though financially that game has changed a lot, especially with major labels and how they operate within sort of like the digital kind of, because major labels basically control your distribution, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's hard for us to get noticed in the kind of grand scheme of things. But like, so much of the music we all kind of grew up loving that pushed us into wanting to become part of music. Like people organize the music, put it out, give artists like you a platform or encouragement or some financial backing or connection or whatever. So I've always felt that's kind of important. It's something I want to do and spend time on, because that's exciting. And
then
it's like pushing things forward.
This is not your like full-time job. You have to do something else, but this
Yeah.
is like your passion that you're like following.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
But now, like, my job and this are in a similar realm, but on different sides, because I work at YouTube, right?
you work at YouTube.
Huh. I told you this.
So how the hell do I get like multiple subscribers?
I
How
wish
do
I had these answers.
You don't have, the
You know, you have
algorithms
more,
are like totally.
you have more subscribers than me right now.
Really? How many subscribers do you have?
No, because the ceramic account's pretty small. I haven't been doing too much work on
But
it.
then you have to like
10 maybe.
you have to be
man,
like
nothing.
you have to keep bombarding
I have
every
to
weekly
bombard.
and do all these kind of crazy stuff
Yeah.
and get content. Like, why aren't you? Like, you are working in YouTube
Yeah,
and then your YouTube channel is totally off.
basically.
I mean, then the bosses are not going to be really happy.
I need to actually put some more effort into it.
Yeah,
But
like,
I've been working on sort of like the rights management and like music royalties side of things.
yeah, because the video that the video I'm going to upload in the channel is called my Sir Ravana channel. I mean, earlier all it had was the copyright material. Okay?
of course.
I just got busted because
Yeah,
I was putting
yeah.
all the crazy Japanese films
Uh,
and all the crazy European films I was putting, so I was getting copyrighted left, right, and center. So now it's like I've got 2 copyright strikes.
yeah, yeah.
So I had to delete everything.
Uh,
All the videos that was copyright, I had to delete everything. So now I need some content.
yeah, we got to make some more original
Yeah, so
stuff.
this is like the first video I'm making with the
Ah.
founder. So will it be okay to call you like the owner or the owner of Ceramic Records or founder of Ceramic Records?
Yeah, both, either.
So you're the owner and
We have to plug the record also.
yeah, so this is my like first podcast on my Sir Ravana channel. So this is like so I'm here with Arjun S, who is the founder and owner of Ceramic Records, based out of New York. So he's already released 2 albums. That
We did
is
2 physical and then 1 digital compilation, and then so technically this is the 3rd release.
So yeah, so
the 4th overall project.
Which one was the first artist that you booked and released under Ceramic Records?
The first one is a friend of mine named Two Lanes.
Two Lanes.
Two Lanes.
Okay, he's based in
Detroit. Yeah,
Detroit.
grew up, born and raised in Detroit.
Huh.
So he's like a big kind of student follower, like Detroit techno and a lot of those like early American styles of music. He's really into like hard groove, which is like a pretty Detroit specific kind of fast psychedelic techno
Okay.
type of thing.
Two
So-
Lanes.
Huh.
So he's like an
Studio
American
Wizard.
boy or he's like an Indian boy?
He's an American boy,
Okay.
Jewish boy.
Huh.
And I don't know actually exactly where his like family
That's okay.
originates
We
from
really
before
don't
that.
care about that.
But
Yeah.
he's a great guy.
Huh.
So when I lived in Michigan for 2 years actually. The only place in America I've lived besides
So
New
Michigan
York,
is the state.
the state that Detroit's
Okay,
in.
yeah, okay, fine.
So I had gotten a job there, so I moved there for 2 years. And so I met him amongst other people. I went to his studio, and he was early stages in his production at that point, but amazing sound. So we kept in touch, and he was sending me music, and then so we actually released his debut record as well.
So it came on record also.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
digital also.
Digital and yeah, we initially just did vinyl, but then after a bit we decided to open up Bandcamp and things like that.
This was which year?
2020, Feb 2020, right before the pandemic.
So when did Ceramic Records happen like properly?
Basically 2019. It probably took us like a good 8-9 months to kind of conceptualize that record. He was finalizing the music. We were working pretty closely, sending tracks back and forth.
No, but I'm asking when did Ceramic Records actually came into existence?
With that record, that was the first actual.
So you just
move. The first official like label announcement and everything was that. Like, we were doing parties as Ceramic for a few years before that.
Okay.
And I had a radio show for like 5 years on WNYU, which is like an independent FM station in New York. So I used to call that Ceramics.
Ceramics.
And then all the parties we did, and like with some other friends who I still DJ with today, like we call our parties were Ceramic.
Okay.
Because we had the goal of starting a label, but it took us a bit of time to figure out exactly how to do that and what we wanted to do. We were very like picky on the first record,
Okay.
So we had a few false starts, but then it really clicked with.
You had other artists also that you wanted to like be the first one.
Casually, we were working with other people. Things worked out, didn't work out for various reasons. And then with Joey, like Two Lanes, it was like totally clicked. So Giving and Receiving is a record that he made.
That's the name of the album. Giving and Receiving.
Yeah.
It's like an album or an EP?
No, it's an EP. 3 tracks and then a remix by M Gun,
So
who's also someone close to the label. Actually, the next release on Ceramic is this guy M Gun.
after
Detroit
Evolution,
Techno.
after Evolution,
Yeah,
you
after
said?
Evolution. Yeah. The tracks are all done. I actually played 3 of the tracks at Box Out on Wednesday.
So
I'll
it's a
send
techno
them.
album, you say?
Yeah, pretty techno.
So Detroit techno.
Huh.
I have no idea
Heavy,
what Detroit techno is.
ambient kind of techno stuff. Really good. I'll send it to you.
So in 2019, 2020, 2 lanes happened.
Yeah, so basically 2019 we were working on it, finally released it Feb 2020, right before the pandemic. We had all these plans of release parties, this, that, and it got canned. We did do a small release party at a record shop in Detroit, which was fun. And then, yeah, we moved from that. Next one was Shantam.
Shantam.
From
It's
Delhi.
Delhi-based?
Yeah, from Delhi. Now Goa based, playing a lot.
It's ambient electronic.
Not really ambient. Like, he's honestly hard to box within a genre, which also he'll appreciate us saying. He has his own view on dance music, and in my opinion, I find him very influenced by like the music we were just talking about, like early 2000s, down tempo, psytrance, and just generally psychedelic sounds.
I think I'm probably, was he DJing in those days? I think I would have heard him. Or,
I don't know if he was DJing then. He's younger than you, a little bit older than me. He's been DJing for a while. He plays live a lot, like modular stuff and like kind of like octatrack type of live sets. Very beats heavy, diverse sound palette, like pretty all over the place. So I heard a few tracks of his actually on a live set that he played on Box Out. My friend showed it to me and I was like, this is awesome. And there was one track that like really stuck in my head.
Yeah, even since you were in Delhi.
No, live, like as in like it was not a DJ set, like a live performance.
But you saw a video.
I just saw a video on YouTube or whatever on Box Out or something. And there was one track in there that I kept going back to and listening. So then I reached out and I was like, hey man, like what's this track? Like I really like it. You know, I've just started this label, like this kind of sound really fits. Like would love to discuss whatever EP. He was and we had some friends in common, so he responded and then we got to talking and it was very easy, you know, pretty professional guy, so like sending me super complete tracks to choose from and to go back and forth. But he had a very specific idea also of like what kind of EP he wanted to produce.
And then guys got an opportunity to sit together and like vibe or like,
No, we actually just did
only email and then
video chats.
like-
we would
like-
talk
like
on
we
the
did.
phone a lot. Yeah, and this is during the pandemic, so we didn't meet up. And so actually that EP we put together fully virtually, which is funny actually because I feel decently close to him. But we've
what do you mean
only
by fully virtual? Like only digital? Like
no, as in like we never met in person
Okay.
to discuss or plan any part of that record. I even like mailed him copies of the record just from New York. You know,
you
because
really
pandemic.
don't
I
have to
couldn't-
like meet or like,
you don't have to. No, but yeah, again, same thing. Vinyl record and then Bandcamp. Great release. We started messing around with some like animation. So we made like for one of the tracks, we made like an animated video for it. So then sort of, you know, for your record, we did even more video work. Like
that's there in your ceramic record YouTube, the animated one.
Yeah.
What about these videos? That
Some are there. We need to put the rest up.
the ones that Rana made, those big ones.
That I have to put. Actually, I should maybe upload them today.
Yeah, like
I don't know why I've been waiting.
yeah, exactly. But it's already been 4 months, right? Since the album released.
Yeah.
So what's the fourth? We'll come to Ravana a little later. What about the fourth, the next one?
So that's M Gun.
M Gun.
Out of the box EP.
M Gun. He's like a South Indian guy. Like,
No, he's. I'm not sure exactly where he's
there was
from,
this,
but he's like kind
parody,
of
no?
Latin
Murugan,
American or
Murugan.
Mexican origin.
where?
He's
Mexican
based in
origin.
Detroit also. Manuel Gonzalez is his name. I don't know if he's Mexican. I'm not sure exactly where he's from. Really great guy, insane producer. Like he's been producing for a while. Like I've been buying his records for years. Amazing guy. He actually did the remix on the first album, the first record we did on Joey's,
All
on the
tracks,
2 lanes.
All tracks.
No, he did one remix of that giving and receiving track. And I think he's been a good collaborator for 2 lanes as well. Like we met him. He played at the release party as well. So very excited about that one. Then the other projects beyond that are like a little bit in flux still. Like we have a few demos going, a few projects that we're kind of giving feedback on, hoping to create into an EP. But we'll see. And then obviously we have more music of yours that we're organizing and hoping to release soon. So
Yes, we'll come to Ravana in a bit. Yeah, so but my album, I think it took a while to like materialize, right? I think
Yeah.
we were talking in 2020 itself. Like when Rana first spoke about you, I think it was 2020.
okay.
But he said he's like a guy from New York and he's like really likes your music and he's interested in like I don't exactly remember what but these things are there in the beginning. So I think you were interested in like releasing my music.
Yeah.
But at that time, I don't think he specified which tracks or what music he really wanted. But we were sharing emails.
Yeah.
Right? But it took a while. Why just was it because of the COVID that like because from 2020 to 2022, I mean everything was just there.
Yeah.
Right.
I think also like
Or were
'cause
you
we
busy
were
or
working on
COVID?
those other records too. So like the bandwidth, we were also figuring out exactly how does this work. Okay, we want to make records. How do we sell these records? How do we kind of make this whole system work? So we were kind of trying to do it like one release at a time.
So at that time, I didn't know that you had these other projects going on because then I was thinking you are here and you wanted to release my music, and I was like wondering what is taking so long because I'm like it's like I'm
you're
talking
like,
today.
"Let's go."
Yeah, I'm talking today. Tomorrow it's going to be happening,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
day after the album should be released. That kind of mindset I was having in
That's
2020.
funny.
But I didn't know that you were like already busy with Shantam and Two Lanes and all these
Yeah,
other things
yeah.
were going on. So I was like getting a little restless also, and I was getting a little irritated also. I mean, like things are not moving, and like what's happening, and like Now I'm figuring out like probably, and you must be having your other work also.
Yeah, because also this is sort of I slide this in and when I can basically. Outside of job and whatever annoying responsibilities. But no, also that's now that we're getting more of a method down, it's like I want to try to be quicker about this kind of stuff and like be able to kind of put more music out. But also then that's something I'm still wrapping my head on. Is like sort of how much music do we want to put out? Because I can be more aggressive online and finding new artists and like pumping that out.
But
then also
when you put digital, then it becomes much easier. Then you don't
Yeah.
have to like do too much work. Just master and put it up.
It's true.
But when you're gonna release vinyl, then it's gonna take time and then money
Yeah.
and and the logistics come into the
Exactly.
picture.
I've been thinking of maybe starting like a sub-label that's just digital, and then we can kind of put some of those releases out, like the feedback loop, and just sort of the release loop can be a little bit quicker there. Especially now that we're a little bit more looped into like the aesthetics of how we want to present music and things like that, and then still be sort of as specific and like step by step with our main releases. So yeah, it's I'm still learning, so that's what every
So-
few months I'm like figuring out how to do this a bit better.
So what do you think is the future of records? I mean, like apart from people who are like really enthused about collecting it and listening to
I know.
Records which are like already very little.
It's tough,
It's
because
expensive.
It's expensive, and like when we started this label, the vinyl hype was pretty high.
Yeah.
And especially like young people really like buying dance records and like wanted to buy electronic music and all these new things online. But then also I think now you have even more vinyl labels than you had a few years ago.
Yeah.
So saturated. Record stores, I don't know if there's more or less because a lot have closed too. But you had a lot of record sales. I think now it seems to have plateaued a bit. And definitely this year it's going down. Like even I don't know if our distro is bullshitting me or not, but it seems that vinyl sales in general have been quite down this year.
But the artists,
and free
the artists
time.
who are like made, they can sell it.
They can sell,
Yeah.
but I'm saying for our slice of the world,
Huh.
it seems like sales in general are down a lot. Even my friends who have labels, they've expressed very similar things. So that's what I've also been thinking about this too, like, because maybe my initial perception of how these records would go is a bit different. I still am committed to vinyl, maybe we'll be more conservative with how many we
Yeah,
press.
because you're
for the
thinking
next
like an
few.
enthusiast,
Yeah,
but the reality is something else.
exactly.
Uh,
And then I think one needs to do more than just kind of ambiently drop records digitally. Like I don't want to just put things out on Spotify, on YouTube, on Bandcamp, and that's it. That feels not that interesting of an experience.
are you putting our music on Spotify and everything?
We have it right now on just YouTube, but I am gonna put it all on the distro just to get. I don't want to make it difficult for people to access. Whatever, let them listen to it on Spotify.
Yeah,
and
because then
things.
even though like
That's where the people are, so you can't really change that too
but
much.
you have to understand that you're not going to earn anything from there.
It's not about the money. It's just about at least letting
Okay,
people listen
reach,
to it.
reach, you
Yeah,
say.
reach. But that's the thing. It's like I find that uninteresting to just do stuff digital.
For the
like
heck of it.
yeah, it's like it should be. I want people to like walk into the world of evolution. Like what is this thing that we can put together, which we can sort of give more a taste and a feel of with our videos and our records and that vibe.
I think the only way we can break even like that is to give more content,
Yeah.
like the content like this.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's
just
really-
selling records, people are not gonna we have to give them the whole package.
Yeah.
That's the way the world is moving
Exactly.
now. So this interactive. If not, we can't earn enough from the records. At least we should be at least viable through our content.
Yeah.
Views, whatever we can get. That's the way move forward.
Yeah. Get out of the comfort zone and
Yeah,
just sort of put things out.
Yeah, because shooting
I
videos.
agree, honestly. That is like the way that we shot last year was so fun, and I feel like ended up being so interesting. Way better than something we could have just thought of on our own too. It kind of just organically did, right? We chucked most of our plans day of
Yeah,
and
you're
changed
saying
it
the
up.
last time the day we
Arjun
shot.
from last year.
Yeah, but Rana is busy, na? So getting hold of Rana is too much.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out. I think you should also pick up your camera or something, your
Yeah,
phone,
yeah.
and just start
Definitely.
doing something, and put more content on ceramic records.
Yeah.
I still can't figure it out. You work for YouTube and you're so lazy. Oh my god, I can't believe it. How come?
I don't like being behind the camera. I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff. Honestly.
No, you just have to just pluck it from there and just forget about it and just
Yeah.
let
I
the
should.
vibe
Uh,
at the end of it, if it's not good, we can just check it out.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we can
exactly.
just edit and put a little bit. And if the whole thing is there, then it's
what Rana's been wanting me to do is to make a little weekly or however often I can small video
Yeah.
vlog. Just play some new music that I've
Right.
been listening to.
yeah.
Quick videos and
but
just put this.
as long as it's not copyrighted.
I guess that's the issue.
That's the issue. Otherwise, you can just talk and whatever.
Yeah.
Man. Talking 5 minutes is not such a big deal. You know what I mean?